Hi, I'm Jim Maguire and welcome to Western Delights. Over the next few weeks we'll be showing you many different styles to the West Australian way of life. Food, recipes and tips, a wee bit about wine, and we'll be taking a look at some of the fabulous product we have in the West. Today we've got some scrummel recipes for you, chili mussels and an asparagus dish to die for. What a fantastic morning. We've been out in the boat. It's been sensational. Murray's organised as the mussels. I've just cleaned about 250 grams up. We've got our tomatoes, our chilli, a little bit of garlic, some fresh herbs. We've got some chilli leaves as well, which we're going to throw in because it gives a little bit of a pepper flavour just to the sauce. I'm just going to put the garlic straight into the pan. A little bit of chilli powder. The tomato paste. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to use about 2 tablespoons. Okay, we've got some fresh tomatoes there. I'm just going to pour that in. The idea of putting the sauce in first is so that when we turn the mussels out into the bowl, you've got all the sauce that just goes through them. Now one very important thing when you're doing mussels is never salt them. You don't need salt or pepper. Okay then, we've got enough flavour there with the chilli. We're also going to throw in a couple of chilli leaves. So all those people with chilli plants out there, start using these because they're fantastic. Instead of using pepper, we're going to throw in 2 or 3 of them, which is pretty much like that. We're just going to give it a quick stir there. I'm just going to take the mussels out now, which are pretty much deveined. I'm just going to check for what we said earlier on. See, we've got a broken one there. That's no good. Throw it away. Anyway, we're going to put them straight into the pan. We're going to put the lid on and we're just going to leave them for about 7 or 8 minutes. All I suggest that you do with the mussels is just give them a quick shake every now and again, every couple of minutes, because what that does is it moves them around and it means the ones in the centre are being pushed out to the end so that they all evenly cook. The sun's out, the tide's coming in, and I don't have my Wellingtons on, so I better get moving. Anyway, we've given the mussels a couple of shakes, and hey presto, look at that. Now look at the size of those mussels. They're absolutely fantastic. Look at that. You know, you're not going to get, and the smell is just sensational. Fantastic. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to spoon them into this beautiful bowl that we've got here. I mean, they really are. Look at the meat in those mussels. Sensational. We're going to pretty much just spoon them in for $3.50 and what it costs you for your sauce. A nice bottle of, well, we were just talking about it earlier on there, maybe Riesling or a Chardonnay, whatever you want to drink. A beer, anything that you want. See, with the sauce is is probably one of the most important things, because see at the end, beautiful crusty loaf and a huge spoon, and away you go. Excellent. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to garnish that with some Orphean herbs, which is commonly known as parsley. Just a little bit on top, not too much. And a few of those chilli leaves as well, yeah? And we have chilled mussels. And they absolutely smell sensational. Bon appetit. Chili mussels, it's got to be one of the cheapest but one of the tastiest little dishes you can put together. Right, what we're going to do today is roasted jumbo garlic puree. This is it here, absolutely fantastic. Now pick this stuff up when it's really cheap, because I'll tell you what, if you get a 250 gram jar of this puree, absolutely magnificent. Really simple. All we're going to do is, we're going to use the garlic, we're going to cut the top of the garlic off. Look at the size of that. It's going to take about 25-30 minutes in the oven. Cut it, straight up. As you see that, absolutely, the smell. Ooh. Would knock you out, yeah? Okay, straight up, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of oil just on the top so that it just caramelizes, and the flavour from that's just brilliant. So what I'm going to do is we're just going to roll that up, stick it in the oven, 25-35 minutes, yeah? I'll catch you in a minute. That didn't take long, did it? Let's have a look and see what... Oh! Oh, it smells of business here. Oh man, let's have a look. Oh, look at that. Now you see how all that garlic just pops right out? That's what we're looking for. We're just going to put them straight on here. Oh, the smells. Absolutely fantastic. Now listen, what I'm talking about with the puree is we're just going to squeeze that right out. You see? See how all that garlic just came straight out? Brilliant. A little bit of olive oil. Now how good's that? Well, today's tip is lettuce and how to dry that, because I'll tell you what, not a lot of people know. Now we're going to use this little gadget here. It's only about $5-6, really cheap. It's a little salad dryer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up some of this lettuce, put it in there. Now look how wet that is, because I've just plunged it into ice water, taken her out, and we're just going to 3/4 fill up the salad spinner. We're going to put the lid on top, and then we're going to get it going as quick as possible, yeah? Because all that's doing is it's going round and round and round, and all the excess water is hitting the sides and rolling down into the bottom of it. Now, if you watch this, we've got air-dried lettuce, and look at the water that comes out of that. Yeah? That's why these are fantastic. Now listen, if you can't afford, or you don't have a salad spinner, I'll show you a little alternative, right? We're going to use this tea towel, stick our lettuce into the tea towel, wrap this up, and why don't you come and I'll show you what to do, yeah? Now, you're all probably saying, what is he doing out here with this lettuce and tea towel? But I'm going to give it a dry, just the old traditional simple way, yeah? Giving it as much as you've got. And I'll tell you what, that's going to be as dry as a bone. Listen to it. Freshness, crisp, I'll tell you what. That's what we want. Well, that was good. Fresh today and ready to serve. Look at that. Beautiful. What a fantastic morning that we've had up at Harry's asparagus farm. He's given me some of this white and green asparagus here, which I'm just finishing off. So today, what we're going to do is an asparagus, warm prosciutto and poached egg salad with hollandaise sauce. So what we're going to do is we're going to finish off this asparagus, right? So first of all, we'll peel it back. So peeling it back, but only taking it 3/4 of the way up. Right, so we've got some salted water here, rapidly boiling water. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the salt in there and just let the salt dissolve. But before we're going to do that, we're going to do the hollandaise sauce. Now the hollandaise sauce is an egg yolk. Now stick the egg yolk and the vinegar in together. There's not a problem with it. Right, so all I'm going to do then is I'm going to start whipping that up, and I'm going to start whipping the air into it. Now we don't want scrambled eggs. What we want is a really nice runny sauce with a little bit of tartness to it. You see how quick that's coming up? Now if you feel that that's coming up too quick, which it is there just now, we're just going to take that off. We're going to put a cloth on the table just to stop it from running around. Beautiful. Right, we're going to put it back on just for another minute, because we just want that to tighten up just slightly more. Okay, now we're going to pop the asparagus in, because that's going to take about 3 or 4 minutes to cook. Okay, the butter. Now I'm using salted butter, that's why I'm not really going to salt this. I'm going to put a bit of, just a touch of pepper in it. But all I'm going to do is slowly add the butter to it. Right now I'm only going to make enough for one portion. Look at that. So that's ample. But just as a little tip, a little bit of that salted asparagus water just in there, and all that does is creams it right up for us. See that? Next thing we're going to do is the warm poached egg. Now I'm using rapidly boiling water here. I'm using quite a bit of water. You see how the movement's in that? I'm going to put a little bit of vinegar in there. This is what the vinegar does. Pulls it all up together. Okay, I'm going to crack the egg. Look at that. Now the asparagus. Now look at that. Look at the colour in that. And that's what you're looking for. See the salt? Just keeps all the nutrients and goodness in the asparagus. A little tip, Harry's mum reckons that if you drink that when it gets cold, the water cleans you out, acts as a bit of a tonic. The egg, let's not gas bag too much. Asparagus, let's check the asparagus. Just a little bit of bite in it. That'll be ready in 2 seconds. Fresh prosciutto. A lot of people know this as Parma ham. Oh, I'm getting all that smell and aroma from that, and I tell you what. And asparagus and prosciutto, it's one of the marriages that are made in heaven. I don't know about you, but you know, that's what they say. The asparagus is going to come straight out. Now what I'm going to do with the asparagus is I'm just going to pretty much cut that at an angle, but look at the colours in that. You know, look how soft that is. And you'll find that that asparagus that's been peeled is pretty much as soft as butter. You see that? A little bit of black pepper over that. So I'm just going to sit that straight on top. That just looks great. Just pretty much straight on top of the egg. And a spoon of hollandaise. So that with a little bit of black pepper here. Take a look at this, and I'll tell you what, it's all fresh today. This dish is fantastic for a special breakfast or as an entree for an elegant dinner party. The two main things we have to remember when cooking asparagus are: make sure you salt the water and don't overcook them. Do that and I guarantee you'll have perfect asparagus every time.